Hey, what's up, everybody? How you guys doing? It's your man Phil Williams from The Phil Williams Show. Man, United for Freedom. United for Freedom, our group on Facebook. Yes, you can find us on Facebook, United for Freedom. Sorry, I'm kind of preoccupied. I got a new little thing I'm doing. It's a cool little puzzle. Look, aren't they cute? All the puppies and stuff. Yeah, this is my puzzle. I don't know if it's reflecting it. But anyway, it's a cool little puzzle I'm putting together. 700-piece puzzle, you know. All right, whoever called me a wimp right there, man, stop that, man. I'm just starting. It's been a long time. But man, United for Freedom. And remember to keep supporting my girl Shannon Joy. Shannon, look. Cute little puppies, aren't they cute? It's my puzzle I'm putting together. Look at them. I'm going to name them later. But anyway, it's just something about these puzzles. You know what? Let me go here. You remember when you were taught about puzzles? You know, when we were kids, you might have started out with a little 20-piece puzzle, little big Disney characters or something like that. Or you might even have gotten real brave and did a 100-piece puzzle or something like that. But what was the key to the puzzle? You know, you got all the pieces. And see, I remember being taught, you know, you dump out all the pieces and, you know, you get a puzzle that's inspiring or whatever. You dump out all the pieces. And I was taught, you go through and you start flipping over the pieces so you can see the faces, right? But then while you're flipping over the pieces, you look for edges, you know, one with the straight edges, and, you know, and those are very important pieces. But then while you're flipping over the pieces, you strike gold and you find corner pieces. Oh my God. You know, you feel like, man, I got to have the four corners and I have to have all the edges, the recognizable edge pieces. You know, it's easy to recognize them because they got straight edges, right? And then you find all these things and then you ask yourself, corner piece, you see what I'm saying? And then you say, what's the most important part of solving this puzzle? And then people will say, the corner pieces. Some people say the edge pieces. But while you're flipping over the pieces, it comes to mind that the most important part of the puzzle is the picture. See, everything that you do when you flip over a piece, you see that color, you say, where's this color at in the picture? And you try to place it in an area to where it'd be easy to find. It's almost like you're putting the puzzle together without linking the pieces. But the picture, you got to keep referring back to the picture in order to be able to do this puzzle. If you was to put all these pieces down and then somebody stole the picture and you didn't have the picture anymore, you would be so frustrated. But you would have that vision of what the picture was so that you could keep going. Without this picture, none of these puzzle pieces make sense. It was the picture that inspired you to even want to do this complicated thing. And then you don't look at it as complicated, you look at it as rewarding. Why? Because the picture inspired you to want to follow it through. And you get proud of yourself, and then you start connecting, and when you see the frame, and you might go eat some dinner, come back, and you see it coming together, and you're just like, whoa. But every single piece that you go to put together, every piece you flip over, you keep referring back to the picture. Right? This is what's amazing about this analogy. This is the same thing that's happening in America. See, America inspires people. Why? Because it has a picture of freedom. People picture the freedom that America has. And they get inspired. And they get on rafts and they come across deserts and everything to get to that inspirational picture of freedom. And when they get to this complicated thing, they get the recognizable end pieces. That means people that might come from their homeland or something like that, might speak Spanish, might speak Somalian or whatever. They try to get those recognizable end pieces. And then they try to figure out what the cornerstones are. And when they find these golden pieces, these four golden pieces, they can start picturing together, but they never lose sight of the picture of freedom. What's happening here in America, in my opinion, is you gave up on the picture of freedom that the people escaped slavery and established the Constitution. You gave up on that picture of what the Constitution is. You gave up on the picture of the Bill of Rights. You gave up on the picture of the rule of law, all the things that keep us free. You gave up on the vision or the picture of freedom, and you allowed somebody else to tell you what it was. Instead of you seeking out the picture for yourself and be inspired or remember the thing that inspires you, you put that responsibility in the hands of somebody else. They ran for office and they told you what the picture should be. And then you let them flip over the puzzle pieces. You got lazy. You stopped doing the work yourself. Because you took the word representative too far. But if you keep the vision of freedom, then you're going to hold that person asking to be your representative accountable to that vision. And then you're not going to let them just tell you anything. You're going to make them show you. You're going to say, no, flip it over, bruh. Flip it over, lady. I have a picture what freedom is, and right now your campaign speech is not matching up to that picture. I need to see your track record of representing my freedom. I need to see it. I need to flip it over. I need to take some time with you. What we're dealing with right now is that we just had a whole election, and this bandit got elected president, never matched up to the picture of the Constitution of our freedom. And now you're wondering why we're almost about to lose it. Because he's not matching up to the picture. He doesn't match up to the picture of the Constitution. He doesn't match up to the picture of the Bill of Rights. He doesn't match up to the picture of the rule of law, the things that keep us free. And you're trusting this man that don't match. You're putting together the wrong puzzle. Your representatives is running for election. You keep putting together the wrong puzzle and you're wondering why, when they get in office, they can't get out. Why? You got the wrong picture. You're being too lazy. Freedom should be the picture that you envision when you listen to the politician. You should envision freedom. What does freedom look like in America? Not what freedom looks like in France. That's what happens when you get a Democratic representative. The picture that they have is not the Constitution, Bill of Rights, rule of law. It's some kind of entitlement culture in France and Greece. They're in America and you're letting them put together the wrong puzzle. And now you're sitting there puzzled. What's going on here? The thing is that they're putting together the wrong picture. They're making you accept a picture of a bunch of freaking horses when you were inspired by the puppies. They're putting together the picture of their wallet and their bank account and their Cadillac healthcare system when you were inspired by your freedoms. They're putting together the wrong picture. But you're trapped in laziness. You're trapped in unaccountability. You're trapped in some kind of pork sandwich that they sold you. Some kind of library or naming some kind of street. And it's not matching up to the picture of freedom that you got inspired by. Our children are not inspired by patriotism. They're inspired by foolishness and lean with it, rock with it, snap, pop, dab, whip, nay, all that kind of foolishness. How is that patriotic? They're put in a position to fight for some freaking tennis shoes versus learning how to fight for their freedom. You guys are apoplectic right now because Donald Trump is saying something derogatory to another female. That's exactly the picture that he sold you, and that's exactly the picture you voted for. You didn't vote for somebody who's presidential. You voted for somebody who is not afraid to say some dumb junk. He's been dogging out women man, you let Ivanka come on there, she's dogging out women, stealing people's clothing designs and everything. This is not the picture of freedom that our founding fathers and the founding escaped slaves and my ancestors that helped build this. Your ancestors that helped build it, regardless if you're Hispanic, Indian, or whatever. These people are not representing the picture of freedom. Donald Trump is a big mosaic of immorality. And now you're tripping that he's doing some immoral stuff. He makes fun of handicap, the least of these. What is the picture of your faith? What does the Bible say? Seek Jesus' face. That means have a vision of Jesus when you're going through this complicated puzzle. Are you trying to picture God? No, that's why you got somebody who's god-awful. Come on, people. You got to get the picture and the vision of America and your freedom in mind while you go through this complicated thing called life. You got to have a picture of God and you standing at the right hand of God one day when you go on to the afterlife. You got to have that picture when you make decisions for your family, for yourself, for your community. You got to have a different picture and then hold your representatives accountable to that vision. Your politician, if they had the same health care you have, then everybody would have good health care. But as long as those jokers can sell you a vision that we can have something different than you, that should not be your representative. They're no longer working for you. You are voting for them. That's not the picture of freedom that the founding escaped slaves established through our Constitution, Bill of Rights, and rule of law. You get the picture? Are you still puzzled? Donald Trump is a vile piece of something. You can fill in the blanks what you want to call it. Why are you expecting him to be presidential when he never showed you that picture? He's never demonstrated that picture. If anything, Donald Trump showed you that this is what his cabinet's going to look like. But now they're grown up and they got big fangs and everything like this. And their theme song is called Atomic Dog. He's an atomic dog. Bow, wow, wow, yippee-yo, yippee-yay. I can shoot you and get voted every day. He's a piece of garbage. He had the right to run for president. That's what the founding escaped slaves envisioned. But you didn't let him tell you that he had a picture of freedom, a picture of the Constitution, a picture of the Bill of Rights, and a picture of the rule of law. That's why he's violating all of them. And no, we're not stuck with them. But we're only stuck as long as your representative doesn't have that picture either and you keep supporting them and protecting them. Your Facebook group, does it have a vision of freedom? Yes, there's a bunch of imperfect people in there, but they can open their mouth and tell you that they're not about freedom. They're not about your First Amendment rights. Wrong vision, wrong picture. That's why you're puzzled why the Facebook group administrator is not matching up to something that's supposed to be a representative of freedom. Get the vision of the flag. Get the vision of the Constitution. Get the vision back. Because all this is demonstrated is that you gave it away. You don't want to do the work of flipping over the pieces and keep referring back to the picture when you find them. If you keep referring back to the picture, you'll see the piece that your politician is selling you is not this. It's a piece of trash. And they're trying to make you believe it's valuable. Come on, people. Get the vision back. Hey, don't you think these puppies are cute? I'm going to enjoy doing this. Hey, love you guys. Remember, share this video. God bless.